friends and neighbors, and welcome to the Alabama Bass Trail stop number 1 here of the 100 series on Logan Martin Lake. I'm Luke Duncan, and we're here at beautiful Lincoln Landing, and it's frigid, 14 degrees, but we got 100 teams that signed up way back in June, Miss Kay, to get out there and do battle for $25,000 first place and over $100,000 payback.
Some of them are probably thinking they bit off more than they can chew when they saw 14 degrees this morning, but otherwise they're out there, they're ready to go, and I'm ready to get them blasted off and see what Logan Martin has. I mean, the Coosa River is such a great body of water, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it produces today.
Lots of big largemouth, lots of big spotted bass to be expected at the weigh-in. Let's get out on the water for the Academy Sports and Outdoors first cast.
We are here on an ice cold, the coldest I've ever been on Logan Martin Lake. We're down in Pell City, but the tournament's taking off at Lincoln Landing. And me and Kenny this morning, we ran down here in the truck so we didn't have to make that long run in the ice cold. But look, the guys are excited. It's cold and you gotta fight through it, but everyone's gotta fight through it. So stay mentally tough, work that bait a little bit slower than normal, and hopefully there's gonna be some big fish to caught today.
Hey, well, guys, tell us, I mean, it is definitely a cold start this morning. What are you thinking? Besides try to stay warm.
Well, that's the main thing. And then, of course, we ran all the way here from the blast off. We got here and there was one boat here and then 3 more showed up. So that's normal though. So just keep casting.
Yes, sir. Did y'all spend much time practicing?
Pardon?
Practice. How'd y'all do in practice?
Had a couple good days and then struggled most of the time.
Yeah.
Had a couple of fair sets during practice.
What kind of weight y'all looking for today?
Be happy if we get 10 pounds.
10 pounds.
10, 12 even.
I think that would be good today. Just go start with a 5-pounder. How about that?
That'd be great.
Yeah, we've called up with Zeke Gossett, Ethan King. Of course, Zeke, the favorite on Logan Martin so many times, but also the 2023 Alabama Bass Trail North Angler of the Year. We just caught up with them. They got 1 fish in the boat, doing a little bit of scoping, a little bit of jerk baiting down here in Blue Eye Creek. A lot of boats in here, man. We can see 3 from where we're at right now, and based on the tracker, we can see a few more in here as well. But slow morning so far. They've got 1 keeper in the box, hooked up right here. Here we go. Fish number 2. Here we go. Looks like that's gonna be keeper number 2. Let's go. Good job, guys.
We made a little short idle, but also Mr. Alan Hayes, his wife, made us a breakfast casserole for right here in just a second, the next time we get a little break. Yeah, I got warm breakfast casserole, buddy. And I've got a thermos of coffee. He said he's got Black Rifle coffee in a thermos. That's free of charge. But per my tracker, it says this is Canterbury. So we'll see if when we get a little closer, but they're fishing slow. They're fishing slow. And look, you can see they're having to put their rod tip in the water to do the whole ice trick. But look, they ain't even wearing gloves. That's how tough these guys are. That's when you know that they are dialed and they're catching them, or they're gonna be catching them, or they expect to catch them, because they're not even worried about how cold their fingers are. A lot of times at weigh-ins, you hear guys say we caught a bunch of fish, but just didn't catch the right ones. A guy didn't have a lot of weight. Do you see people catching a lot of fish in weather like this?
Not right now. I mean, you know, there'll be some people that probably will, you know, jigging a spoon or live scoping or something like that, but I don't think, I mean, I still think we catch, you know, if we catch 6 or 7 or 8 fish, doing the way I think we should to catch a good one, you know, cranking or something shallow, you're gonna catch the right ones, I think. I mean, it's just so cold, who knows, but I still think that's what we're gonna do. I mean, we're gonna stick with it all day, try to grind it out.
Yeah.
The Alabama Bass Trail 100 Series is brought to you by Phoenix Boats, Landers McLarty Chevrolet, McGraw-Webb Chevrolet, and by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
In 2009, it all started. with this 721 Pro XP and a passion to build the best fishing platform in design, performance, and construction for all of our customers. Through the years, motors have changed. Electronics have changed. But the passion to build the best bass boat possible has not changed. Everyone at Phoenix believes we got it right the first time.
Here at Landers McClarty Chevrolet, it's time to pick your offer on a new Chevy Silverado 1500. That's right, pick the offer that's best for you. Choose rates as low as 2.9% for 72 months, or how about up to $12,000 off all Silverados? They have the best selection in years with over 500 pre-owned vehicles available. Big store, big on savings, and big on customer service. Visit LandersMcClartyChevrolet.com.
Big banks only care about one thing, ROI. So when it comes to your small business, you can expect a big no. At AmFirst, we don't just invest in your business, we invest in you and your goals. With great rates on loans, lines of credit to help you grow, and business checking accounts. Because at AmFirst, business is personal.
Stetson Blaylock, Todd Auten, Hank Terry, let's go!
Garmin Live Scope, I tell you right now, if you don't have it, you are behind. It's just wild. It's like a video game.
If you do not have that Garmin Live Scope, you are definitely missing out.
Bassmaster Classic Champion!
The splash of your paddle mimics the pelican as it drops down from above. As the calmness of the water washes away any lingering concerns, you listen to the tall grass sing of the surrounding beauty and how the best views only get better when they're shared. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
Got it. Thank you, Lord.
At least we got one finally out of a brush. Got him.
Very good, baby.
These spotted bass, to me, and this lake's got a lot of big spots in it, they're more apt to bite in these conditions. They're a little more friendly a lot of times to adverse conditions. I think it makes them mad. They want to bite, but it's going to be interesting to see how many big largemouth come in today. But I think these spots will bite, especially as the day warms up. And you know, Zeke just said just a few minutes ago, winning that $32,000 of that Phoenix bonus money. First flight money would really warm him up, but he said a 5-pounder would warm him up a little bit quicker if he could find one of those this morning. So we just got fish number 3 in the boat, and it's a good one. Zeke and Ethan hooked up. Nice fish. Boat 48, there we go. Doing work with the jerk bait. Great job, guys.
Well, guys, y'all made it.
We got the boat launched and we got here.
Yeah, that was the goal today, right?
That was we're already on.
I see the buddy heater down there.
It'll be used soon.
I'll come back by and visit with y'all if I get too cold, for sure. How was practice? What'd y'all do?
I only fished one day. He fished 2 days, and it wasn't great.
Yeah. Caught a couple.
So we've got Alan Glasgow and George Crane fishing the exact spot that Canterbury was on earlier. Fishing a little bit differently, kind of from different angles, but interesting to see. The Canterbury we've seen is all the way down the lake now. I saw the iPad, so it's not like they were watching them and moved in or anything like that. It's just that coincidentally, they both know something about this spot. And it's cool to see that. That happens a lot in tournament fishing, but it's part of the strategy, who can get there at the right time. Oftentimes, the guy who gets there first catches them, and the next guy catches them, and the fish reload throughout the day.
Actually, I see Zeke. I set a jig. He's got a swim bait. He's been slow rolling and dragging around there, looks like. But that's the coolest thing about team events for me, is just watching how it's a balance, right? You've got one partner does one thing while the other, and I think so many times when people first get into team events, they don't take advantage of that. Each partner has a strength. You fish that. You both really can't do the same thing. Hooked up again. Ethan, here we go. Fish number 4, another good fish. Great job, let's go. Hey, that's warming me up, and I'm not even reeling them in. I like this.
Well, we're catching fish, guys. We're on our second fish catch for the year. Mr. James Scott and Brian Meadows, boat number 4. We're catching fish, guys. So you know, y'all hang in there. We're gonna do our job. And we're going to bring some fish catches to the folks at home that are watching. Not a huge catch, not a big fish, but you know, right now I think anything in the box is good.
They are trolling motor on 100, chasing fish on forward-facing sonar, and I asked them if they do not have any fish yet, and he laughed, and I said, well, how long are y'all going to be around this area? He said, well, if they start biting, we're going to be here all day, but if they don't start biting, I'd probably give it 20 more minutes. They were definitely on a mission. They were looking and they were seeing fish for sure. They were casting specifically at fish. They were moving really fast too, so I don't know, you figured they would, with how cold it is and how cold the water temperature is, they'd be moving slower, but they were certainly chasing fish and making several casts, stopping and really working the bait. So even since we've been sitting in this one area, we're spot locked right here, they've been all around the boat, so we just kind of sat in one spot and just working one big deep area down a little bit on the lower end of the lake, the lower half of the lake.
The Alabama Bass Trail 100 Series is sponsored by Rapala, VMC, Crush City, and TH Marine.
Here at Lanners McClarty Chevrolet, it's time to pick your offer on a new Chevy Silverado 1500. That's right, pick the offer that's best for you. Choose rates as low as 2.9% for 72 months, or how about up to $12,000 off all Silverados? They have the best selection in years with over 500 pre-owned vehicles available. Big store, big on savings, and big on customer service. Visit LannersMcClartyChevrolet.com.
I just love to make good food.
Enjoy.
Will do. For good people, like our boneless wings.
They're back, y'all.
It all starts with our house-made sauces. We have this new kickin' bourbon, so come on back for our boneless wings in 3 bold flavors.
French toast isn't just for weekends anymore. Get Jack's new French toast sticks any day of the week. Warm, Southern-made, and served with our sweet, home-style syrup. Every day's a good day for French toast sticks at Jack's, starting at $2.99.
There, yep. Yes. Let's hope it's going to find this time.
Flat as a hog. Wait, come up. Need to come up and get these heavy caught. There you go. All right. Got more than one this time, didn't you?
They barely come up. I'm talking about.
That's a daggone bacon. It's unlocking.
pulled up with on Paul Davis and Josh Chappell here, and these guys. Guys, you got any in the box yet?
We got two.
Got two in the box, okay.
Hooked up, Zeke Gossett with a frozen net. Oh, lost it right to boat, keeper number 5.
Was that was a keeper?
That was. Yes, sir.
Was that how many y'all got?
That's our first.
That was your first one. All right, there we go. We pulled up perfect time.
Y'all might be bringing us some good luck.
Maybe so.
Guys, what we got this morning? Got two? Two small ones? Good deal. Y'all been spending most of the time right in here?
Yeah.
Did y'all spend much time in practice?
We practiced several days over here, and we started off up the river and moved our way this way and been a little lower than this. Really about the only place we found any bait was down this way, so we've just been banking on there eventually.
That's kind of what led you into keeping staying here?
Yeah.
Oh, looked like a miss right there. Man. We've got a lot of great fishermen in this field today, but these boys right here are dangerous from what we're seeing. We knew it coming in, but they're confident. They're not paying the weather any attention. It's going to be interesting to see what they show up to Lincoln Landing with this afternoon.
Got one. Yeah. Y'all gonna be here for a minute?
I doubt it.
Okay.
We're just looking. We're just moving around.
Okay.
The more we move, the longer we stay.
We found Wesley Gore and Brian Stifler, but they are on the hunt. They got one fish, they're zooming and booming, and they're live scoping, and we said, y'all gonna be around here for a minute, and he said no.
Yeah, and I got your buddy, Mr. Walt Roberts, Mr. Bait Fuel himself, putting the bait fuel to work this morning. Does it stick better in the cold, Walt?
Stick to the bottle better. It hadn't frozen, so that was a good thing.
It hadn't frozen, that is a good thing.
Everything else is frozen. Our live wells are frozen. Our pumps are frozen. Everything's frozen. Our rod guides, but bait fuel's not frozen.
Bait fuel's hanging in there. That's good to hear. Y'all got two fish this morning. What's the game plan right now?
We're just gonna grind, man. I mean, that's all we're doing is just fishing real slow down these banks, around these rocks, and grind away and hope we can get 3 more.
That's gonna wrap up the ABT 100 on Logan Martin Lake. And it's been freezing cold today, but these anglers don't care. They're grinding to win $25,000. We've seen the highs and lows. Y'all seen that on camera. Zeke Gossett put on a little clinic for us. And now we're gonna turn it over to weigh-ins and see how this tournament shakes up.
This coverage of the Alabama Bass Trail 100 Series is brought to you by Garmin, Power Pole, Big Bite Baits, Mountain Dew, and Yamaha.
This summer, we're fueling your fun with weekly giveaways. From gas cards to product packs, each entry gives you an extra chance at our grand prize of a $1,000 TH Marine gift card and a 30-minute video call with Kevin Van Dam. Enter each week at thmarine.com/fuelthefun for a chance to win. No matter how you fuel your fun, TH Marine is there to help you.
Research and development is more than just time in the shop for us. It's time out here, sweating the details, making boats that work as well in the real world as they do on paper. From our R&D team to our anglers on the water, we have the knowledge and passion to build you the finest fishing platform in the world.
Some things ain't worth keeping. Yesterday's traditions, today's adventures, tomorrow's memories. Now that's something worth keeping. Fish Alabama and find your keeper.
For more information, visit fishalabama.org.
Here we go. 1392. That's going to get you right up there on top of that Pro Guide leaderboard. Just shy of 14 pounds. Let's hold a couple of those up.
What'd you catch the big one on? I heard it.
Caught it on a Rapala Shad Wrap.
On an old school Shad Wrap. Rapala is now a sponsor of the ABT. And yeah. What color was the magic today?
Caught one on a shad and caught one on crawfish.
Boat number 15, Tom Frink and Brian Talmadge. Spent a little time with Mr. Frink on the frozen tundra this morning. Good bag of fish. 1152.
Really? I mean, this morning it was more drag and a drop shot. You'd see them come up on a jerk bait, and they would just follow it super slow, so it was drag and a drop shot slow. I mean, you could see them on live scope in 5 feet of water.
We pretty much junk fished. I mean, I think every fish come off something different: rock, wood, dock, live scoping. I mean, we had figured out a few different patterns, but I mean, with the cold and then the mud, it just changed everything up.
Zeke Gossett, Ethan King, 1674, new leader. Boys?
You said those fish weren't there in practice that you caught?
He went in there. We practiced separate one day. He went in there and had one bite, and it was a decent fish. Wasn't giant, but we just knew we were fishing history basically. And it's very rare for the water to be this cold on Logan Martin, but we know that's one of those places that they can actually huddle up and they can get in once it gets this cold.
Gotcha.
We got Jed Lamb and Andrew Loberg. Mr. Loberg, how are you, sir? Good bag of fish right here, and no surprise. Uh-oh. New leader, 1752 for Jed Lamb and Andrew Loberg. That's a wrap on stop number 1, the ABT 100s here at Logan Martin. We got off to a frozen, frigid start here, 14 degrees, but, okay, these guys right here are the story of the day. Over 17.5 pounds, mixed bag on a very, very brutal day. Andrew Loberg, Jed Lamb, and I think I called it. Maybe. Did I?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
If I have to deal with that all year, I don't know what I'll do. But you did call it. You called it your dark horse of coming in, that these guys had an opportunity. And I got a little bit familiar with Andrew earlier in the week, and they didn't really tip me off to anything, so I don't think I want to play poker with them. But 1752 on the coldest start of an Alabama Bass Trail tournament. But for these guys, it really heated up. Guys, I mean, talk about it a little bit. Tell us about your day.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of started with we caught a
We caught 3 on the first stretch.
Yeah, on the first stretch we rolled through the first hour, we had 3 fish, and we're like, this is happening. Because if we were to caught just 5 fish today at the morning, we would have been super stoked, Yeah. But it was kind of a slow, just catch one here and there. It wasn't like we just got in an area and just caught a bunch in one spot. It was just low and slow, and just put your head down and just keep your line wet. I mean, that's really what it was, and keep the ice off the guys at the rods too.
That's what I was going to say. Everybody wants to focus on the baits, right? When a tournament's over, guys weigh in a big stringer against this field, and they take home over $30,000. But talk about how tough the conditions are and what you did to overcome frozen guides. How you bundled up? Like, did you just block it out? Mind over matter? I mean, 14 degrees. When I was calling boat numbers, I said it on stage multiple times, but I had ice in my beard, snot frozen in my face. It was not fun. You guys ran all the way to the lower end of the lake, and you're saying you caught 3 right out of the giddy. You had to do something to kind of pump yourselves up. How did that go for you?
Yeah, I called them last week, and I'm like, hey, listen, I got 2 huge variety packs of hot hands. Okay. And I looked up.
In a can of Pam.
In a can of Pam.
Spray your
guys with a can of Pam.
That's great.
And it helped, actually. So we did a little research. I'm like, dude, we gotta make sure these outside little things that might affect us, we gotta eliminate that. And especially on tough fishing, that's what we did. So.
See, that's a key. You and I talked about it on live. We've talked about it at the weigh-in here. Some whining and crying that goes on anytime conditions are so adverse like they have been. And we said the team that can mentally get through it and physically get through it are going to come out on top, and we're standing here with them now.
1752, and what I love more than anything is to see a new Alabama Bass Trail champion. So these guys, Andrew's first time on the Alabama Bass Trail, Jed's second year on the Alabama Bass Trail, and got it done. Cool deal.
Next up, Lake Jordan in just a few weeks in February.
Smallest body of water that we go to, but it always produces. I'm looking forward to it.
Lots of big spots going to be caught there. We'll see y'all at Jordan Lake.